What's up, guys? Today we're going to be checking out some alternatives to the Elgato multi-mount. Let's check it out. Now, there are a lot of things to like about the multi-mount. I've gone into some detail in some previous videos, especially on ways to help make it even better. Video up there. However, there is one major downside to the multi-mount, and that is, well, it's never in stock. This thing sells out faster than 30 series graphics cards sometimes, I swear. However, you are in luck if you're looking for something to help mount your camera, lights, whatever streaming peripherals you need to your desk, because due to the popularity of the multi-mount, there are other alternatives. And I bought a couple of them. I actually bought the cheapest option that I could find at $20 and something way more comparable to this with some other benefits. Let's get into it. Let's start off with the cheapest option. This is the Inktel desk mount, and as you can see, it is quite a bit smaller than the Elgato multi-mount, and in fact only has one extra riser as opposed to two, and maxes out at about 20 inches. Now, the nice thing about this is, again, I said it's cheap, and that's about where it ends. This thing is very cheap. I feel like this little grip on the pole does a decent job at securing it so your camera or your light's not going to come crashing down. But the tubing itself feels very lightweight, very flimsy, and in fact how this secures to the desk is just by a couple of rivets, and you can actually twist this slightly, and it just does not inspire a lot of confidence. I really can't endorse getting this unless you really need a very short arm and you're not putting anything expensive on it, because it's cheap. It's very cheap. Let's go the next step up. This doesn't actually have a brand name. All of these arms, by the way, are going to be linked down below. They are affiliate links. If you do end up picking any of these up, it does help the channel, and it does help me reimburse my research expense, because as you just saw in that last one, some of this stuff is not necessarily going to be used every day. This one, however, is far better than the previous one, and that's for a few reasons. This, I believe, was roughly $30, and it has some added benefits that even the multi-mount doesn't have, and that comes into play with these adjustable directional arms. Now, this is very similar to what I use for my mic arms, where it has these teeth. So when you tighten and untighten the wheel, you actually create a very, very sturdy angle, a very sturdy connection that doesn't bend easily at all. I think this whole arm was rated at 5 pounds, which should be able to handle any small desk light or any small DSLR camera you throw on it. Max height on this one, when it's fully extended, is about 24 inches, and each of these sections are roughly about 6 inches. This also does come with a ball mount on it and a phone holder, although both of those are fairly cheap, and I'd recommend probably upgrading this ball mount to something a little more heavy duty if you are going to be putting a DSLR camera on there or a light and you need it to have some sort of give. Overall, I'm very impressed with the quality of this one, and if you need something at an odd angle that the multi-mount can't take care of, or you're just not even able to find a multi-mount, I think this is an excellent alternative. And last but not least is the newer tabletop light stand. Now, this is the closest in price to the Elgato multi-mount at about $55. It is also the most heavy duty, even surpassing the multi-mount. This has quite a bit of meat to it. It has a maximum of 11 pounds if you mount something vertically, and has the closest max height compared to the multi-mount at 47 inches as opposed to the multi-mount's 48 inches. So pretty damn close. While not as elegant as the multi-mount rings to extend, These twist knobs do a fine job, and in fact I think are a little easier to use, and you can actually torque a little bit more to really make sure they stay put. I've never run into an issue where a multi-mount has collapsed on itself, but I feel very confident with these. Honestly, if you're looking for something that's as close to the multi-mount in terms of quality, but don't want to deal with the ball mount or flex arm setup, this is probably your best bet. And for comparison, let's talk about the multi-mount real quick, give it a quick once over since we've discussed all these other alternatives. Now, obviously, this is the first, the innovator, the precedent setter, and it is still my favorite overall if you're able to find it in stock. And that's for a few reasons. The build quality is absolutely fantastic. I have mentioned minor gripes here and there, like how sometimes the rings on here can be kind of a nuisance. However, it does create a much slimmer look than having to have some kind of knob on every intersection, and you get the added benefit of the flex arm and other ball mount accessories. The addition of this little ratchet handle as well is really understated, and I don't think enough people even know that it's an option on here. But the ability in tight spaces to lift up and turn and retighten without having to deal with going all the way around, especially when you're tightening against a wall, is huge. Really little feature makes a huge difference. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for me. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below if you found it helpful. I had a lot of fun making this video. Hopefully you guys had fun watching it. If you want to come hang out, I do stream on Twitch several days a week. We talk about gear, I do designs on stream. It's a good time. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.